Namaskar and a very good morning. Welcome to the audio cast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide, Anindya Bannerjee. Risk sentiment continues to be positive for the third day. US equity markets rallied overnight, whereas Asian equities are in the green. Dollar index continues to be soft as euro and pound powers ahead. And finally, the oil prices are holding around 106 on the Brent. So a positive environment for the Indian rupee to appreciate, but over the past 2 days, it has failed to do so, for the simple reason that the dollar demand has been quite strong in the domestic market. Now, 2 days of relative underperformance is not very common this year. Very common इसलिए नहीं है शायद because RBI steps in right after continuous underperformance to curb the volatility, or the carry traders come in and start buying rupees and shorting the dollars. Now, the second is not going to happen. The carry trader is not going to step in with this in this kind of a challenging global environment. Last 2 दिन में sentiment has improved, but that's not enough for the carry trader to step in. Forward premiums are still low. So what's really may happen is RBI can come in quite aggressively. If RBI comes in aggressively to prevent rupee from sliding when other currencies are appreciating against the dollar rupee may get stuck at higher levels. Now 80-10, 80-15 is a zone on the July futures where the resistance comes in quite strongly because of suspected heavy intervention from the RBI. And that's roughly coincide with the 80-80-05 psychological barrier on the spot. So 80-10, 80-15 on the July futures is a major cap. Now support comes in around 79-70, 79-80 zone. If 79-70 breaks with volume, then we have a reversal, at least a short-term reversal, bearish reversal on the USDINR. But jab tak 79-70, 79-80, this zone is intact, we are in for a range-bound trading. It gets closer to that, you buy, placing a stop loss below, and scalp. It goes back above 80, closer to 80-10, you exit, kind of that. Yes, if the dollar rupee starts to trade above 80-15, which looks a little unlikely at this point in time, considering we are expecting a heavy intervention from the RBI, then we have to assume there is something different in the market that can push this market significantly higher. But as of now, we'll assume that 80-15 kind of levels is a cap, and 79-80 there-ish is the base on the July futures, and you can accordingly play the scalping trade. On the cross currency, आज GBP INR will be in focus because कल the Bank of England governor clearly said that they are considering a 50 basis point rate hike in their next meeting. At the same time, they are also highlighted that BOE is going to go for quantitative tightening, which means they will go for reduction in their bond holdings. Now, it will be achieved two ways. One, the redemptions, and second, the more aggressive one, outright sales. Now, if they go for outright sales, which looks like they will because the governor has already hinted, it's going to be the first, they will be the first central banker in the world to go for an outright sales to reduce their bond holdings. Now, that can be positive for the GBP. And we have to also understand there is a sizable short positions in the pound, and that may get unwound. So over the near term, if the global risk sentiment holds up, that's very important because GBP का काफी significant sensitivity है to the global risk sentiment or the trend in the equity markets. If the global equities continue to move higher, it can pull GBP, USD and GBP INR with it. At the same time, on the Euro USD, कल ECB meeting is going to be in focus. Now the expectation is for a 50 basis point rate hike. At the same time, the news that Gazprom, the Russian giant, is restarting the flows of gas through the Nord Stream 1 is actually going to be quite positive for the euro. So ho sakta over the near term, both the euro and the pound gets a nice lift, and that can push the dollar index even lower and give a boost to the global equity markets. So this is the overall global situation right now. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Bannerjee signing off. A fantastic day.